Alright guys, today in the shop we have this not so beautiful 2005 Subaru STI. It originally came here for rust repair and repaint. This car is a perfect example of how bad is too bad. So what we're gonna do is put the car up and go through it, show you what we're working with and why we are going to decline doing this job. So here we have the front, pretty typical. Bumper's pretty solid. This is a really typical spot under the skirts at the front of the fender. This side skirt has fallen off, so Dave was nice enough to put it in the car for us. Back here, the quarter panel appears okay. I can feel bodywork under there, rusting in there. So very suspicious. Normally it would never rust there. Rear bumper's doing all right. They don't rust too much. Up on the roof, pretty typical to get rust at the front from stone chips. And the rear, you kind of get it here from using the air conditioning, which is kind of funky. Still relatively solid, but not good. This is unusual rust. Normally they don't put rust there. And then onto this quarter panel. Again, it appears good, but you can feel there's already been body work on this. Like I can feel the seam of the filler right there. Then onto the doors. The doors are nice. When you have rusty doors in a decent car, that's totally fine because you can just replace the doors. So this one is right through there. Again, that's suspicious. They should never really rust like that. So that might have been some shoddy body work at some point. You can very obviously tell Dave himself probably tried to repair this and yeah, it's not looking too good. Up in the front, more rust on the front of the roof. Otherwise, the rest of the roof is good. Maybe I shouldn't have hit it with a hammer. Down on the bottom of the fender, now at least all the sand can drain out. That's what causes the rust here in the first place, is crap getting behind the back of your fender liner, sitting there accumulating and just... So now we are going to take you guys up and show you underneath of the car. We're halfway up. I wanted to show you guys the rad support. Oh, you don't even need a hammer for this. So, oh, look at that. It's just, wow. That's crazy. Totally whack. So if you guys just drop a comment below, we'll mail you a piece of Dave's STI. Going from the front to the back here, as you saw above, very, very, very rotten rad support. Like it's like nothing. Just falling apart. It's sad. This is a legitimate 2005 STI. It's a pretty desirable car. This particular one is 160,000 kilometers on it, so this is really, really quite sad. But this is us going up into the floor. The STIs do not do themselves any favors in our climate with these little underbelly fans. Whoa. Wow, that looked like Hiroshima just dropping there. That was wild. This is part of the unibody wing here, so you should not be able to crush through that. This is more of the floor. Inner rocker, we always see these really bad. Again, the STI doesn't do itself any favors. So this is one of the mounting holes for that belly pan. I mean, wow, amazing. She's just raining. This is again part of the unibody here. This is like actually, you know, structured. But then down in the bottom of the rear quarter, toast, just toast. This is another route you can get your jack out from. Inner rockers, totally done. Like you'd be going forever just to find somewhere to actually weld to. Like it would need a whole new floor. It's completely not worth it. Like this would be, like I just wouldn't do this. Like it is just wild. Like we're gonna call the dude Dave Harvester. Hey Dave, so we were able to get your car on the hoist. Sorry to inform you, it is completely whack. Fully whack. I'm telling you, your car is whack, dog. Bye. He didn't take it well as expected. Trying to fix something like this is foolish. It's a waste of your money, and it is a horrible investment. Bodywork in general, even on like a half decent car, there's very little return in doing bodywork and a nice paint job. Like, it doesn't really increase the value of the car as a whole, but it does improve it, makes it look better, and it makes you enjoy your car more, both in like a visual aspect and, you know, its integrity. So what we're gonna do is show you a car over on the other hoist here, and it's kind of like preventative to having your car end up like this. For most of the GDs, it's been too long to start rust proofing it now to think that you're gonna save it, unless it's been rust proof early on, that you'll just be able to continue to preserve it. So over here, we have actually an older car. So this is a 2002, I think it has like, I don't know, 250,000 kilometers or something on it. It is all original, it's never been rust repaired. But the difference in this, I could grab my hammer, but none of this is gonna be hammerable. It is doing really well, and the reason it is doing really well, that it was oil sprayed early on. So that makes a huge difference. You know, if you're buying a car now that you wanna keep forever, or you wanna keep the value up in it, then I highly recommend getting it rust proof, because it does make a massive difference. Like, I mean, going through this guy's car, it is an old car, it's a 21-year-old car, so it's got all sorts of leaks and whatnot here and there. But again, really good condition with respect to rust. Like, quite impressive, really impressive. And that's kind of the difference that, you know, oil spray in your car makes. Keeps it nice and fresh. So this is Compton Bob's car. Shout out to Compton Bob for keeping her well oiled, not making me have to get anxiety seeing all your parts rusting off your car. This is good stuff. All right, we did actually get a hold of the owner of this car. It is Dave Harvester, and he has agreed to let us part out the car, which is definitely the best fate for it. This would be maybe a good car to sell for someone who needs like the drivetrain motor kind of thing to do an STI swap into their car. So more or less, like, we're just gonna do it for them. You wouldn't want to sell this and have some young ambitious guy coming to get it thinking that he could fix it and get it on the road, because that is just not gonna happen. Like, this is way too far gone. So basically, to recap on this video, considering rust work on your car, there is definitely a line that is drawn between worth fixing versus not worth fixing. So looking there at Compton Bob's car, if Compton Bob asked me to restore that car, I would say absolutely no problem. Do a decent job, go over the whole body, clean up any little spots you have, do like a nice disassembly and repaint, versus something like this. This is just, no, not gonna happen. Like, it's unrealistic to even consider doing something like this. Whereas his, again, with the money he would spend on it, he's still probably not gonna get any return on that versus what the car is worth right now. And after it would be, let's say, restored, repainted, and looking really good. It might bump up the value, honestly, like a couple $1,000. But to him, then he'll have a really nice looking car. It will at least be well preserved from that point onward, and everything kind of checked and dealt with. Alrighty guys, till the next one. Catch y'all later, and now we're gonna dig into this sweet ride here and chop her up.
Yeah, you're good back here. See that side? Yeah.